Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Wormer, and this is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trials and Tribulations, and we're about to start the next case, the stolen turnabout. The time is 1 a.m. Is this a bomb? Oh, it's a safe. I love how they do the visual. Detective made it. I love how they do the visuals in this game. They're so simple. What a relief. Glad the jewel is still safe. Oh, it's Gumshoe. Oh, you said it, pal. It must have been our rock-solid security that scared him off. Would you mind opening the safe just to double-check? Well, at least we know we're gonna be dealing with Gumshoe again. Which, you know, isn't always a bad thing. Like, that's what I mean. The visuals work with the style of the game, you know? Masked. Oh, it's a calling card. We've been heard! Not enough, out front, guards, turn on the searches. Not enough media uses calling cards anymore. I'm telling you. Better luck next time, gentlemen. Like, see what, look, this looks so good. Excuse me, but I'm afraid I must be leaving now. Whenever I think of calling cards, I think of the very strained, theatrical voice. We shall meet again when the next moon is full. Yeah, no, please, more media steal the calling card idea. Do it more. It always works. It's always great. I feel like people don't do it often anymore because it's like a cliche, but it works. It's a really good like idea to like get your character, like get a bad guy's character across very well. October 11th, 3:24 p.m. Wright Co law offices. Oh my god, Maya, how are you? It's been so long. Hey Nick, get a load of this. It's been so long. I mean, I guess you see Phoenix every day, but you haven't seen me every day, so that's different. I hope she's doing well. Hey, are you listening to me? You can clean the toilet later. This is important. What are you freaking out about now? Today will be the last time you talk to me that way. Huh? We're about to hit the big time. Big time? And what do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are... I probably said this in a previous episode, by the way, guys. Before we go any further and talk to Maya, I don't want anything to interrupt anything. As usual, I will have specific people prowling the comments for any spoilers of any kind. So again, as I always say, if your comment gets removed, do not feel bad about it. It's just them trying to make sure the playthrough is as blind as possible for me, and that's the way it's always kind of been. But the person, you know, like, just wants to, like, make sure I'm having a fun playthrough, if that makes sense. Big time, and what do you mean by we? You don't mean you and me are... Huh, don't be silly. I'm talking with me and... Oh, it's Pearl! They're bringing back Pearl, which is like something like... Well, I guess it makes sense. Like, where else is she gonna be? I'm talking about me and Pearly, of course. Hello, it's a pleasure to see you again, Mr. Nick. It's a pleasure to see you again, Pearl. It really is. Pearls, you haven't changed a bit. Wait, what are you doing here anyway? Haven't you heard, Mr. Nick? Here, take a look at this. That's the same animation from the last game. I always remember Pearl being like one of the most adorable, like, creatures that ever existed in the world. What's this? Some kind of poster? Oh wait, that's the pot from Crane Village that we saw in the last game, right? The Sacred Urn. Treasure Expedition, Crane Village. We can't really make out the other stuff. That's right, it's our hometown. Pearly and mine, that is. What's this about treasures from the boonies? Very funny. You can laugh all you want, but you'll be singing another tune tonight. Tonight? What about tonight? The Treasures of Crane exhibit doesn't actually start until next week, but the promoters sent us some special VIP entry passes. That's great. That's why I dressed up extra special today. What do you think, Nick? You look amazing. You look amazing, okay? Same Maya, different day. You love it. You love it, Phoenix. The young lady here is Maya Fey. The younger sister of Mia Fey, my friend and mentor. I first met her 2 years ago. Man, like, the illustrations in this game are like crazy good too. I was working on the case surrounding Mia's death, and ever since then, I've been the one who's been keeping the law office afloat from behind the scenes. Actually, that's just a cover for her true identity. In reality, she's a spirit medium and a bit of a shady character. Hey, who are you calling shady? Oh, the face as well. That's the face that Maya gives when she's basically just like, I'm a bit embarrassed, but I'm also going to hit you in a second if you keep going, okay? That's she wouldn't actually be violent towards us. And this is Pearl. Pearl Faye, but I usually just call her Pearls. She's Maya's cousin and a spirit medium in training herself. I know I'm a bit young, but I want to help in any way I can, Mr. Nick. Pearl, you help all the time. It's so, like, this exact image, like, is tattooed on my brain. Like, as soon as I saw it, it, like, sent me back there, all the way back to the original, the second game that we played. Crane Village is the home of the mysterious Crane channeling technique. And Maya here is the daughter of the Crane School of Channeling's master. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it's no joke. I've seen her power with my own eyes. It's the real thing, alright. What's kind of great about these games is that I feel like you can enjoy these games without playing the first two, or the first one or the second one, but like the way they call back and keep the continuity between the games, like makes playing all the games in a row just that much more enjoyable in a way, you know? Earth to Nick, how long are you going to make two gorgeous women like us wait? Not long, okay, I'm sorry. Yes, Mr. Nick. I can't wait any longer. I want to see the exhibit. Looks like I don't got a choice here. Might as well head on out. A poster for the Treasure of Crane exhibit. October 11th, 7:18 p.m. Lordly Taylor Main Exhibit Hall. Lordly Taylor, the city's fanciest and most expensive department store. Treasure exhibit, huh? I have to admit, I'm pretty impressed. Oh, this looks great. This looks great. And like they have like the, it's like a miniature version of Crane Village on the side as well. That's really neat. Wow, this is awesome. Yeah, you can make even the cheapest junk look great. Oh, Phoenix, come on, let's be nice. It all depends on how you display it. Oh, they even had the dusty old hanging scroll that was in the Fame Manor storeroom. Where is it? Can we see it? Is it that on the wall over there? So they got everything from the actual, I remember this for sure, the thing back there, the room divider. Oh yeah, I remember scribbling on it when I was a little girl. On a family heirloom? Say, Nick. The person in charge of this exhibition is waiting for us in the basement warehouse. The basement? I don't know about this. My Scooby-Doo vibes are getting, they're tingling. All right. I guess we should go and say hello. Sure. So I want to like take a look around here though for a bit. So this is, I think I remember this old fold, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was an important piece of evidence. In that murder case that happened to Crane Village. It was the bullet hole, right? The bullet hole was in the side of it? This folding screen is the greatest of all the spirit channeling secrets. The six-leaf Crane's sacred writings folding screen. If it's so secret, why is the most prominent thing in the exhibit? Yeah, I remember there was like a bullet hole right here. Which is really cool. A piece of cloth with a ton of finely written characters jammed onto it. Probably esoteric knowledge only mediums would know. Let's see. Here's the title in English. 108 ways to save money? Okay. I'm pretty sure the number has gone up since the last time I saw it. Possibly. Well, we're always looking for new ways, you know. Being a medium sounds like a rough way of life. I'm sure it does. So there's a cushion over here. What's with this big cushion? It's just lying around with nothing on it. Well, it must be for the greatest treasure of all. Greatest treasure? Is there something like that? Huh? Why, of course there is. Right, Pearly? Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, I'll bet we really take your breath away. Well, I can't wait to see it. Oh, Mystic Maya, look, I can't believe it. It's so cute. It's a little diorama of Crane Village. Yeah, look at that. But somehow it seems to reek of dreariness. Oh, Mystic Maya, it's your house. It even says Fame Manor on it. Yikes, you're right. I kind of want to add the famous in front of it. Don't do it, Maya. They might get mad. You know what? I'm all for it. Go for it. I don't care. Well, actually, maybe we don't want to. These people might be very nice people. I think I'm always jumping to conclusions that whoever owns this exhibit is going to be the evil person, you know? But I'm kind of, I don't want to jump to conclusions with this. They're just a bunch of old urns. Are there really treasures too? Of course they are. This is a treasure exhibit, isn't it? Well, yeah, I guess so. So all it takes to be a treasure is age? No wonder nobody likes museums. I mean, I don't think nobody likes museums. I think there's a general trend that I like art exhibits, right? Just because it's like, oh, that's really nice, it's really cool. But like, they're never as fun for me as like you make up in your mind before you go. You're like, oh, let's go to this history museum and see it out. And then you're like, by like halfway through the tour, you're like, wow, I should have, this isn't as, I should just like let myself walk through here by myself, you know? It's not always the most fun thing in the world. It's a cool environment too. Like with the old computer too. What is this, what year is this set in again? Because the cameras are old and the computer's old too. October 11th, Laura Lee Taylor Basement Warehouse. Yep, this is a basement warehouse, all right. This place is scary. I feel like a monster could jump out at any time. Yeah, don't worry, Pearls. I won't let a monster get you. Don't be scared, Pearly. I'll protect you. Oh, Mr. Wright. A monster, you were right. A monster? Yeah, we do know her. Nice to see you again, little miss. Hello. Is she a friend of yours, Nick? And how do you know her, Pearly? Nice to meet you. I'm Adrian Andrews. So here's the thing. Being completely honest here, like, I knew her last name was Andrews, but I was completely blanking on the first name. But this was a very integral character in the first game, and a character that I remember, like, we actually, like, not maybe grew completely fond of, but, like, not the first game, the second game, but a character that, like, was, you know, actually turned out to be, like, you know, one of the more interesting characters in the game. I'm in charge of the promotion and planning for this treasure exhibit. I'm also responsible for the security arrangements. Oh, nice to meet you. Adrian sure has changed since we last met. So this is the warehouse. The really valuable exhibit. That's so cool they're calling back this though as well, especially since like she would totally be able to do that. That was a fun case too. That was a really fun case. So this is the warehouse. The really valuable exhibit items are still stored away in here. I want to see how you're doing. How are you doing? It really has been a long time, hasn't it, Mr. Wright? Nick, what's going on? Who is this woman? Why are you freaking out on me? What? I just thought it'd be more dramatic if I got all worked up. That's all. Okay, Maya. Mystic Maya, you shouldn't let him off the hook so easily. Please, Maya, don't say anything that'll need Pearls, that'll needle Pearls further. I forgot that Pearls, like, ships, Phoenix and Maya, like, really hard. Mr. Wright, was there for me when I really needed help? We were. It was something that happened 7 months ago. You remember, don't you? The Nickel Samurai. Oh my god, it was such a fun case. Not really. I was stuck in a dark wine cellar. Did I escape your memory, Nick? After that, I quit being a manager and started this job. Wow, that's tough. I'm sorry, Miss Andrews. If it wasn't for us... No, don't say that. I'm glad the whole thing happened. Thanks to you and everyone else that was involved, I was able to change my whole life. I really am grateful. By the way, yeah, like it's really cool that they're calling this back, but like Adrian Andrews' character was like, I feel like someone we were suspicious of for a little bit, but then when we started hearing her story and seeing how she acted, it was very clear that like she wasn't guilty, like, or at least like wasn't the evil person I had in my head that I was building up, I suppose. That's a relief. I'm really impressed, Miss Andrews. Handling you to exhibition like this must be very tiring. Well, Laura Lee Taylor is celebrating their 200th anniversary this year. The works on display in the main exhibition hall are worthy of the finest museums. Woohoo! Did you hear that, Pearly? The finest museums. Yes, I did. That's really wonderful. So this basement warehouse is pretty well protected, huh? Of course, it is. After all, there are some priceless treasures here. The security guards are very highly trained as well. That sounds good. What is that with that face she's making? Andrews was always like very put together. She was always a very put together character, and I feel like that was like a mask she had as well to kind of like hide a lot of her inner feelings. I feel like now we've seen her express herself more in the first like few minutes of this interaction with her than we did in the first like hour in the first interaction with her in the game we played previously. We have nothing to present. Maybe we can present this and see what she says. I want to do something nice for you and your friends, Mr. Wright. Oh, so you did it. So that's why you arranged this exhibit? I knew the Crane Village was a hometown of your assistant, Maya. I thought it'd be great to let the rest of the world know about it too. But that's not exactly thanking me per se, is it? We'll take it. We'll take it. Maybe who'd want to see the exhibit on the treasures of Phoenix Wright? I guess I can't argue with that one. If there was an actual museum of Phoenix Wright, like merchandise or whatever, or lore, or like stuff like that, like I think it would be huge. That's I guess we can start examining the area, cause like I feel like we don't have much else to like present to her, I suppose. No open flames over here, it says. So we're looking for, it says no clues here, but like we're not really looking for clues yet, right? We're just like looking around. This computer, it looks like it's hooked up to a security camera above. And that means what? The camera is set up to take a photo of anyone that goes in and out of the storeroom. Then the data from the camera gets uploaded to this computer here. That's what. I see. That's some pretty high-tech stuff. Man, I'm sorry for like pausing a few minutes, but like, actually I'm not sorry because I like talking about games. Like for me, like, I love the characters in this game and I love how well they're written. And like in the series, I should say, but I kind of see it all as like one big game, the trilogy. I love like Maya and Pearl. They're so great as characters in this game, in this series. It's a security camera. It's trained on the warehouse door. It's set up to take a picture of anyone that enters or exits the doors. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, they say. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. Huh. Maybe I don't get that saying as like right away, but I'm guessing that's just to do with like, hey, it's nice to have some prevention. It looks like a part of a big signboard. All I can read on it is burr. Aha, I've got it. Maybe it's supposed to say hamburger. Oh, I forgot she loves hamburgers. We'll get you one after this. Why do you want to write hamburger that big? Like maybe for the World Hamburger Festival or something? I kind of doubt it. Aha, I've got it. Maybe it's said spaghetti. Why are you talking about food? Oh wait, that's normal for you. Yeah, she's allowed to eat all she wants, Phoenix. Anyway, it says burr. There's no way it could say spaghetti. Well, maybe it was a typo. It might have said spaghetti festival. What do you think? See, Phoenix, this is why she should be the lawyer. Okay, to me, besides spaghetti is the only thing more tangled than your reasoning. Look at this door here. Mr. Nick, what's that big door over there? It looks like it's the door to the actual storeroom. I can see lots of big boxes and stuff back there. Reedy, let's go in. I want to take a look. Oh, I'm sorry. Unauthorized personnel aren't allowed in there. Did you hear, Nick? We're unauthorized personnel. Why are you telling me that? She's proud. She's proud of being an unauthorized personnel. I think that's pretty much like all we can explore of this area for now. I don't think we can like present anything else to you, or if we can talk about anything else. I think unless we can like present yourself. I finally managed to put the events of 7 months behind me. That's so nice to hear. That's so nice to hear. I really love the work that I'm doing now. Honestly, I'd owe it all to you, Mr. Wright. Oh, it was nothing. And to this little girl, too. Thank you for saying so. It's okay, you couldn't help it. We were so worried about you, Maya, at the time. I guess it wasn't much of help, huh? No, that's not true. You were all a big help to me. See what I mean? Like, this personality, like, wasn't there because she was hiding all of it. Like, through that demeanor she had, you know? She shouldn't take it so personally. It's not like she was exactly free to help. Yeah, she wasn't. Is there anything else you want to talk about, or is that like, or do we move back to the main exhibit hall? Maybe we don't go here then? Maybe we'll go back to the basement warehouse and talk to her some more. Maybe we present some of these some more character profiles. I'm sorry, I don't know many people. Yeah, okay. You've certainly changed since I last saw you 7 months ago. Really? He has changed a little bit, like, in his profile. I think Phoenix is just a handsome man. Like, I don't know why I never noticed this as much before. Yes, you look like you've bulked up a little bit. I can see it, I suppose. Well, now that she mentions it, I guess I have gotten a little stronger. You're such a dork, Nick. Yeah, that's fine. We can move over here. Okay, yeah, I forgot about this stuff, guys, as well. Present. Statue, what do you think of this? Mystic Maya, take a look next to the door. That's Mystic Amy, right? Yes, that's a statue of the woman who invented the Crane channeling technique, Amy Faye. This statue is on loan from one of the training halls in the Faye branch family. In fact, it just arrived this morning. Amy Faye's golden statue added to the court record. A statue of the founder of the crane channeling technique is holding the Shikishito. Won't even try. It's a cool sword. What's that creepy looking thing she's holding? Don't ask me. How should I know? Well, you are the future master, right? Maybe so, but this is the first time I've ever seen the statue. That thing is the crane Okay, let's try this. Okay, let's say it out. Shichisito. Shichisito. The she blade. Okay. It's a ceremonial sword. It's not a real weapon, so the blade isn't sharp. Anyone can correct me, by the way. If you think I'm pronouncing something wrong, please let me know. I'd rather know, you know, if it's a real thing as well, you know. Oh, Fully, I wanted to cut something. What are you eyeing me for? Oh, look, it's already 8. Have you all eaten yet? Well, actually, I've already made a reservation at the restaurant on the 12th floor. Why don't we all dine together? Dining with Adrian Andrews sounds amazing. Let's go. I like the sound of that dine. It sounds so fancy. I'll have the kids' lunch. Pearly, it's dinner, not lunch. Why don't you go for it and really eat your fill with the kids' dinner? Okay, in that case, one kid's dinner for me. You are the sun. You are the sun, Pearl. You are the sun. Shall we head upstairs then? Pearl is the sun. I kind of want to look at those letters a bit more to see what they spelled out. After the pleasant evening, all there remained was to wait for the exhibition's opening. It was wonderful seeing Miss Andrews looking so happy. It really is. It warms my heart. None of us could have imagined that the very next day, something terrible would happen. Oh, no. Of course. October 12th, 10:09 a.m., Wright Co law offices. Nick, this is terrible. What the? You're cleaning the toilet again? I never knew you were such a toilet freak. It's good to clean your toilet. It's not a bad idea, Maya, okay? I love you, but it's not a bad idea to clean your toilet. Give me a break, would you? My brain just hit the snooze button for the 5th time. I'm going to turn on the TV. I love the way Pearl does that thing with her arm there like she's ready to fight. We've got an update on the recent treasure heist. Based on the clues found at the scene of the crime, the authorities have announced that they believe it was the work of the renowned phantom thief, Mask the Mask. Oh, the design is so nice. And the theme as well. Mask? The Mask? According to a spokesperson, Lordy Taylor received a threat letter some days ago. This is the 5th heist by this phantom thief, who only targets rare treasures. Lordly Taylor? Well, Nick, what are you going to do? Don't you dare go back to scrubbing the toilet. Treasure? Lordly Taylor? You don't think... Yes, now get up, Nick. It was stolen by Mask the Mask. Our most valuable treasure. Oh, the urn was stolen. What? So that's a big deal. That's a big deal because, like, this is something that, like, was not only a huge, like, would not only have huge value because of its history, but I think has even bigger value because of how it was involved in a very big, like, high-profile case as well, you know? Okay. Let's start by talk about the sacred urn. Refresh my memory a little. What's this sacred urn? It's only the most important treasure in Crane Village, that's all. Look, it's right there on this poster. Don't you remember what's inside? The urn contains a very important soul. Namely the soul of Mystic Amy Faye, the founder of the crane channeling technique. Right, Pearly? Yes, that's right. Hold up. I thought that the urn had the name Amy written on it. And now it says I am. Any idea how that happened, Pearly? Well... There's some things best left unsolved, wouldn't you say, Mr. Nick? Wasn't that because, like, they broke it and, like, rearranged it, like, in a very... Yeah, I think that's what happened. They rearranged it in a very poor way or glued it back together in a poor way. That's right. 1 year ago, there was a murder in Crane Village, Maya's hometown. The sacred urn. It turned out to be an important clue in that case. It did. Sacred urn added to the court record. One of the treasures of the Crane Village, supposedly priceless. It looks like a plain old pot. What to do? Okay, the toilet is shinier than the judge's head, so let's just see what's next. What's wrong with you? Nick? What do you mean? What do you mean what? Mr. Nick? Your beloved Mystic Maya's treasures. Oh, your beloved. Yeah, I forgot that she would not survive watching anime. She'd die every episode just shipping people. Doesn't that even bother you? But I thought the urn was the village treasure, so I don't see how... The village is Mystic Maya. She's a future master of Crane School, the Crane School of Channeling. That's actually makes a lot of sense, Pearl. You know what I'm talking about, Mr. Nick. I won't let you say you don't. Okay, I do. So what am I supposed to do about it? Isn't it obvious? Go and find the bad guy who did this. Yeah, and get the sacred urn back. But I'm not a detective. That has nothing to do with this. If you're a real gentleman, then you would find it for your beloved Mystic Maya. Man, oh man. There's no winning against Pearl's fairy tale image of love. And it's funny because, like, you're not denying it anymore, buddy. Yo, you're not denying it anymore, you know? You may have, this weird love triangle with Miles and Maya, but you're not denying it at least anymore. So what's the name of the bad guy again? Mask to Mask. Nick, make a note of it. Mask to Mask. Last year's incident. I was terrible. I was arrested and everything. Yep. 1 year ago, the murder in Crane Village. A man was killed during one of Maya's spirit channelings, and this urn would end up being a key piece of evidence that proved your innocence. Mr. Nick, would you mind not telling Mystic Maya about that? You promised, remember? You said you wouldn't tell anyone I broke the urn. Oh yeah, that's right. Now I remember. This urn used to say Amy on it. Oh, poor Pearly, look at that. Until Pearl's accidentally broken to a million pieces. You know what I mean? Like, it's... Pearl, you're worth 50 sacred urns, maybe a million, who knows? Don't be sad. She tried to secretly fix it. Let's just say it didn't work out so well. Sorry, I'm not so good at arts and oh my... She's so adorable. I'm not spelling either. Anyway, this is how her gluing project turned out. She put the pieces together wrong, and now instead of Amy, it says I am. Oh. I can't believe no one's noticed this until now. A whole year later. I can't believe it myself. So we have all this kind of like looking here. We have like now a bunch of information here. Yeah, and there's Maya in the picture as well, which I didn't notice before too. Oh yeah, we're gonna have to like unlock some hearts as well. That's fine. So I don't think we need to examine this office, right? We don't need to examine the office, but can we present something? Nah, I think we'll move. I think where we go is the main exhibit hall right away. October 12th, Lordly Taylor, main exhibition hall. Right, let's see if we can find some clues that might lead us to the bad guy. But it doesn't look like anything's been disturbed. Yeah, it looks pretty much the same as it did last night. Huh? Bad guy, huh? Hey, you can't poke around here, pal. Oh, it's Gumshoe. Wait a minute, that voice. Oh no, not him again. There he is. It's you, and I'm the one that should be saying not again. Why is it every time something bad happens, you always show up, pal? I should be asking you that. Aren't there any other detectives? No, I should be asking you that. What are you doing hanging around here? Oh my god, Gumshoe. Hey, I asked you first, why are you here anyway? All right, we got it. Why don't you two kiss and make up already? Agreed. Hello. It's been a long time, Mr. Scruffy Detective. Oh, it's you, little missy. Actually, my name is Gumshoe. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Now is a good chance for you to try and remember, alright? And if it's too long for you, you can just call him Dick. Okay, it's good to see you again, Mr. Detective Dick.
Yeah. Good to see you again, too, I guess.
Okay. So what happened mass to mass? We have a bunch of stuff we can talk about here as well. Yeah, it doesn't seem very disturbed around here. The funny thing is about like Gumshoe is that like he always gets very annoyed at us, but like we're the ones who like kind of save his bacon all the time with these cases. You know what I mean? Like all the time. What happened? Okay, let's ask for what happened. Mr. Detective Dick, can you tell us about what happened?
You're trying to remember my name. Atta girl, it's Gumshoe, okay? Anyway, the thief stole something called the Sacred Urn.
I know about that. Pearl giving him the freaking dagger stares.
I know. Well, the criminal's name is Master Mask.
I know about that too.
Pearl, yeah, stare daggers in this guy.
Detective, can't you tell us something other than that?
Well, I guess I sort of kind of owe you guys in a way. The crime occurred last night around 1:30 in the morning.
How exactly do you know that?
We got an emergency phone call from a guard at the scene of the crime, pal. He said the urn was just stolen.
The scene of the crime? You mean here, right?
Wrong. The urn was being kept under careful guard in the basement warehouse.
Basement warehouse, huh? So who was guarding the basement warehouse?
That guy. It's all his fault. That thief, the thief got away, pal. Who was guarding it? He solves one case and gets a swelled head, thinking that he's an ace detective.
Ace detective? Master Mask. We'll ask about the ace detective in a second. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. About this Master Mask. Is he famous? What? You're joking, right, Nick? Master Mask is the hottest thing since sliced bread.
Sometimes he appears at a museum guard. Sometimes he appears as a big brown bear known to surprise unsuspecting victims. But underneath those disguises is the true Master Mask.
So he's some kind of master of disguise, huh?
And he only goes after the finest works of art, pal. Last night it was his fifth heist. If Lordy Taylor had only cooperated, I could have caught him this time.
What? Then you knew he was planning on stealing the sacred urn?
Of course I did. The guy always sends his calling card before he steals something.
Calling card, huh? They mentioned that on TV. So yeah, like, it seems like my thought process now is the only reason why they would want him to steal something from the museum is that if this guy is pretty famous, it would be a big advertisement thing to say like, hey, Master Mask stole something from here. You know what I mean? He came here and stole something. And like people will go see like, oh, he stole something here. I don't know. Ace Detective. So why do you call him an Ace Detective anyway?
That's what he calls himself, pal. I didn't make it up.
So what's he like?
Well, like I told you, Master Mask has made 5 heists so far. On the 4th heist, Mr. Ace Detective managed to get the stolen treasure back.
Wow, that's impressive. All by himself?
Yeah, I gotta admit it, pal. Maybe he really is as good as he says. Every time the thief sends one of his calling cards, we send our men down to stakeout. But none of us have ever gotten so much as a glimpse of the guy.
But Mr. Ace Detective was able to retrieve the stolen treasure from the thief?
Anyway, he's at the scene of the crime right now, looking for clues.
So he's down in the basement warehouse, huh? I can't wait to see this guy, whoever this guy is. So what's his calling card?
Here it is. But don't show it to anyone. It's top secret, okay, pal?
What's this mark on the front?
That's the Master Mask signature emblem, pal. You could say it's his mark. All of his calling cards have got it on them.
They didn't mention it on the news flash.
We're withholding that detail from the public for operational reasons. The only way we can tell if a calling card is real or not is by this emblem.
Calling card added to the court record. That makes sense. When you get famous, there are always imitators. Mr. Nick, if you work a little harder, maybe you can have your own copycats some days. I wouldn't call the spin-offs copycats because I haven't played them, but is that like an inside joke? Maybe you can have all these guys like doing cases too. Because I think they're more like successors than anything. Thanks, I guess. So we have all this here. Let's see if we can present something as well to this. So I don't think we need to present all of this stuff to him. But like, I'll present this.
To be honest, pal, there's something that bugs me.
What's that?
All the other items that were stolen by Master Mask are ones I had heard of. They're all world famous treasures. The Tear of Amanon? Or the Crown of Bongora.
Sacred Inner Crane is famous too, right, Pearly? Of course, everyone in Crane Village knows about it. Sounds like we got an unpredictable thief on our hands. Well, he wouldn't have stolen this, but let's present this as well.
Remember, don't tell anyone about that emblem, okay, pal?
Does the thief ever send these to the police?
No, always to the victims. Up until now, the victims have always come to us looking for help, though.
Yeah, this is weird. That's not what happened this time, you mean?
You got that right, pal. Listen up. If you guys ever get one of these calling cards, I want you to come to us right away. Got it? Got me?
Yeah, sure. So let's move down to the basement and talk to whoever's down here. October 12th, Lordly Taylor, basement, warehouse. No matter how many times we come here, this place always gives me the chills. That's probably because it's air conditioned to protect the art pieces, you know? Or it's scary. Or it's not lit extremely well. It could be scary. Welcome to my private little banquet of chaos. Huh? What the heck does that mean? Who are you?
I'm afraid I have very little to offer, but please, make yourself at home.
Who are you anyway?
Shh! Silence! Now I see it's all becoming clear.
What do you see?
Zavari, the truth has once again been elegantly revealed to me.
Oh my god, this design is out there.
A lawyer and a spirit medium, neither very advanced at their trade.
Am I wrong? Yikes, that's scary. How did you know that?
How, you say? The universal skeptic would say that is how,
That how is nothing but a question of why.
I'm a traveler of both time and space, a swimmer of dreams.
What is he talking about? I can't make heads or tails of it. Let's get him.
Without further ado, let me fulfill what should be the first duty of any gentleman, and introduce myself. My name is Atme, Luke Atme, Ace Detective.
Hi. Don't let him intimidate you, Nick. Stand up and show him what you're made of. The name's Wright. Phoenix Wright. Ace Attorney. I'm Maya Faye, Ace Spirit Medium. And I'm, Pearl Faye. I'm Mystic Maya's cousin and, Spirit Medium, Ace Apprentice. Oh my god. It's hard to believe that she doesn't wake up in the morning and write down ways I'm going to be adorable today. Ways I'm gonna make everyone say, "Aw," today.
Excellent. Well then, shall we begin our little game?
Game? Why does the phrase "one short of a baker's dozen" come to mind with this guy? So, okay, this guy's design is so out there. But it feels like he is like trying to be like the detective that like you hear about in like the novels and stuff like that. Or at least that's what I see from my perspective anyway. Ace Detective. So are you really as famous as you say?
Of course. For a lawyer, you have a rather shocking lack of knowledge about the world. I had no idea anyone was left in the city that had not heard of me. Look at me.
That is a cool illustration, but still, I don't believe you fully.
I am Master Mask arch-enemy, the Ace Detective, Luke Atme. At this moment,
look at me. Is that it? Look at me? Like, look at me? Makes sense. It makes sense.
At this moment, there are two mighty figures which loom large over this grand city. One embodies the nefarious force of darkness, the other the angelic cherubs of light.
Boy, now I'm really lost. What is he saying, Nick?
I have been personally on the heels of this villain since his first crime. After learning his criminal's patterns, I thwarted his very latest loathsome larceny. I have returned the target of his tyranny, the portrait of Magina, to the crime scene. And I did it all by myself. I took it back from Master Mask with my brawny mind and my brilliant muscles.
Yeah, they mentioned on the news, in the Great People Around Town segment, they said that the museum gave you an incredible jewel as a reward.
Well, compared to the treasures that I retrieve for them, it's not much.
So, in the end, the only thing that makes you great is your own self-praise. I suppose so, but still, getting an item back. Oh, the freaking thing is on the ground broken. Oh, tell us what you know about Master Mask, and keep it simple, please. I don't think he knows how to keep it simple.
Like about how I have devoted my life to thwarting his dastardly deeds? Last night, here in the bowels of this store, we were locked in the most glorious battle.
I see. Hang on a second. You were here last night? Here? In Lordly Taylor?
Naturally, wherever Master Mask goes, you will find at me, laying his elegant traps.
Elegant traps, more like the mask out eleganced you and made a beautiful getaway.
But this time I allowed him to escape with the illusion of victory.
I wonder if I should ask him about what happened last night in more detail. I don't know, how much are we gonna get out of this guy? Can you tell us exactly what happened here last night?
But of course. After all, I always say there should be no secrets between aces.
Flattery will get you nowhere, Pinocchio. Whoa. Whoa, Phoenix, he can't help, like, his nose is big, but that doesn't matter. Like, we can make fun of him being, like, a bit arrogant all day. But let's not go for the nose.
I first received the request for my services 20 days ago.
I know he's probably calling him a liar, by the way, guys. I know.
And it was 10 days ago that we received Master Mask's calling card.
You were hired before the calling card even arrived?
Yes, you see, the person who hired me is quite rigorous and thorough.
That's Adrian. That's Adrian. Yeah, it is. She is so detailed in every single thing she does. Cracking her and like trying to get any information out of her in the case that we did before, 2 cases ago, like was like, it was like a race. It was like a full marathon. It was so tough. It was like one of the toughest things we ever had to do, but it was so fulfilling when we actually did it. She is very thorough in the way she does things.
A mere 10 days after hiring me, her worst premonitions were realized.
A calling card arrived, right?
Yes. So ace detective that I am, I set a trap for the thief right in the warehouse and waited for him alone.
Alone? But why didn't you go to the police for help?
Ridiculous! Why would I seek the help from such a singularly useless group of nincompoops?
You got a lot of nerve. After all, it was you that let the mask get away.
I always operate alone and concealed and out of sight of others.
Concealed? Yeah, it's concealed, Pearl.
Precisely.
Even the guards on I like you. You didn't correct her, or maybe you didn't realize. I think you didn't realize.
Even the guards on duty here were not aware of my presence.
To fool your enemies, first you must fool your friends. It's my own original proverb. Anyway, back to what happened last night.
As I was saying, I hid here in the warehouse and waited for the thief to arrive. But I swear to you, not a solitary soul came through that entrance. Nevertheless, the sacred urn disappeared.
But that's impossible. How could it just disappear?
How, you ask? Don't be ridiculous, sir lawyer.
If I knew the answer to that question, I wouldn't be here.
For someone who's so seriously messed up his own stakeout, he's rather full of himself. Yeah, for sure. So you're saying that even though on one came, why what? So you're saying that even though on one came through those doors last night. Our precious urn still somehow vanished from under your nose. Maybe I was reading that completely wrong. From under your nose. That's just not possible. I think that was like supposed to be no one. Did I read it wrong and say on one? It looked like no one to me. Okay, so let's start by presenting stuff to him first. Let's present this. We can't show anyone that emblem.
Do not fear, young lady. I promise I shall retrieve your urn.
Thank you, Detective Adme. I'm counting on you.
The final round between Detective Look at Me and Master Mask is set to begin.
Still, there's something funny about this guy. Yeah, but don't forget, he managed to retrieve the treasure from the last heist.
Yes, I even have a video that details my role in the whole affair. I recorded it directly from the news on TV. Can I interest you in a copy?
No, thanks. Okay, I'm gonna examine this place now, guys. So there's paint on the walls over here, but there's also this box over here that's like open.
Sir Lawyer, please refrain from such cruel behavior.
Huh? What do you mean?
This criminal is an artist. The crime scene is a canvas upon which he paints. Only I, Ace Detective Atby, have an eye which is educated enough to read the signs.
Okay, get out of here. Leave, please. Could you translate that for me, Nick? I think you would have said don't touch anything, amateurs.
If there's something you wish to know about, you have to ask Atomy. I know everything there is to know about my rival, Master Mask.
What do I do now? Does he have any top secret information? Stuff that only a real crime buff would know? I'll think about what to ask while I listen to what Mr. Ace Detective has to say. Wait, this is they're counting this as we already know what this is? So he's not letting us look at anything. We have to talk to him about everything. So we have to present the stuff to him. But like, it's so weird because like, look at this. I want to look at this paint splotch over here. Organi. Burgani. Organi. Burr. Oh, it's not the same lettering. Okay. Organize. Organibur. Okay, I guess we'll talk to you then. Or present some stuff, I suppose. What about this?
I'm sorry, I can't be more helpful, but I have no interest to save without finding evidence against my arch rival.
Nah, it's okay. Nick is just a bit of a piddling evidence hog. That's his defense style. A piddling evidence hog, you say? In that case, I seem to be wasting my breath. Yeah, I guess you're right. Thanks, Maya. Why couldn't you have said I was a rival and not a piddling evidence hog? So we have all this stuff here. Master Mask calling card. It's got his emblem printed on it, right?
Quite impressive, but I would expect nothing less from my arch rival.
I'm surprised to see you in possession of such a top secret piece of information. Well, we've got an ace lawyer and an ace spirit medium and an ace cousin apprentice here.
Ace cousin apprentice, that's brilliant.
Yes, indeed. I think I could learn to like you, my fellow ace professionals.
I don't know if I really want this guy to like us, ever.
Well, Sir Lawyer, I've been told that you too are pursuing the mysterious thief.
Well, I'm not sure I would say that exactly. That's right! We're going to find the sacred urn no matter what. We have to. Do what I have to do.
Excellent. I will trust you. I permit you to take a look around while I investigate elsewhere.
Thank you, sir.
If perchance you should discover something of value, return then to my office. My Office of Earthly Delights, the Atomy Detective Agency.
Office of Earthly Delights?
Well then, Sir Lawyer, if you'll excuse me, I have much to do.
Wait a minute. He's gone. I don't like the idea of doing this guy's work for him. Come on, Nick. Don't worry about it. It's not a big deal. Let's hurry and investigate before he changes his mind. I want to go to his office too. Take me with you, okay? That's gonna do it for this episode, guys. So far we have like a pretty, like, a simple case that is like riddled with like stuff that's not so simple. It's a heist. They took some valuable stuff from a museum. But we have a ace detective who is anything but ace right now. We have an ace cousin, which is of course ace. We're working with Dick Gumshoe again, and also like we're just trying to solve this crime that is one of my favorite aspects so far of this game. And I said it before, I love calling cards. I love traditional like villains from like very like cheesy old cartoons. And I feel like this is one of the things that like really could work extremely well with this game too. And I think like learning more about this guy as well is going to be a treat also, mask to mask. I will see you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.